Guy, we need to see this.
Want to know how down bad Kylie Jenner is for Timothée Chalamet? Well, she had NYX colored lingerie. If the Knicks would have won Game 6, Timmy would have been a lucky man. But Kylie was with Timmy for Game 6 in Indiana. She posted her suitcase for the trip, down bad with the amount of NYX gear. The hats, the shirts, all. Fans were quick to point out the NYX lingerie. I just did say, I don't get laid unless the Knicks win.
Kylie Jenner's doing everything she can to keep Timothée Chalamet interested, but what he wants next might be too much, even for her. We're talking wild demands, celebrity pressure, and a relationship that's either headed for something explosive or something dangerous. And as rumors spiral and fans dig deeper, one thing's becoming clear: Hollywood's freakiest couple might be living a double life. Let's get into it. They were never supposed to make sense. Kylie Jenner, reality TV royalty turned beauty mogul, and Timothée Chalamet, indie heartthrob with an Oscar nomination under his belt. But somehow, this strange pairing has lasted longer than anyone expected. Since going public in April 2023, the two have been spotted everywhere, courtside at Knicks games, cozy on red carpets, and even vacationing in St. Tropez. On the surface, they look smitten. But behind the scenes, things are getting intense. According to multiple reports, their relationship isn't built on future plans or settling down. It's rooted in the present, and more specifically, their physical chemistry. One insider even described it as ruling every free second they have. It's not date nights and candlelit dinners, it's obsession, adrenaline, and heat. But that kind of intensity comes with a cost. And for Kylie, keeping up with Timmy's energy might mean diving deeper into a side of herself the public's never really seen. But Timothy's appetite isn't just about the moment, it's about the extreme. And that's where things start to get uncomfortable. For most couples, a good connection is enough. But for Timothée Chalamet, good isn't even close. Insiders say he's constantly pushing boundaries, even in the bedroom. And Kylie? She's apparently scrambling to keep up. One source put it bluntly: Timmy has to push the envelope in everything he does, including his love life. According to reports, he's not just adventurous, he's relentless. What started as intense chemistry has spiraled into wild demands that allegedly include threesomes and X-rated adventures Kylie never signed up for. Some even claim he wants to cosplay as Diddy, referencing the music mogul's rumored wild lifestyle, private parties, secrecy, and scandal. And here's the twist: this isn't just speculation. Multiple sources close to the couple have said Kylie's been fulfilling Timothy's appetites like none of his previous girlfriends. It's a loaded statement, clearly aimed at making a point, especially when it casually throws shade at exes like Lily Rose Depp. For someone like Timothée, who thrives on chaos and creativity, intimacy isn't just about connection, it's about control, exploration, performance. And if Kylie wants to keep him, insiders say she has to play along, even when the rules keep changing. But if Kylie's adapting to fit into Timmy's world, how far is she willing to go? Let's talk about how this is changing her. Kylie Jenner has always been a master of reinvention. But her relationship with Timothée? It's pushing her in a direction fans never saw coming. Once known for her curated luxury aesthetic and carefully crafted brand image, Kylie's now dropping hints that she's embracing something wilder. And it's not subtle. From courtside appearances in Knicks gear to flaunting Knicks-colored lingerie during playoff season, fans started asking, is this love or a full-blown performance? She even posted a clip from Sex and the City joking about getting laid when her boyfriend's team wins right after being spotted at multiple games with Timmy. Coincidence? Not likely. But this isn't the first time Kylie's been connected to the freaky side of Hollywood relationships. Years ago, she was seen at a strip club with Travis Scott, sitting quietly in a corner, reportedly scoping the room without engaging. Some speculated she was window shopping for Travis. Now, it seems she might be the one catching up to someone else's pace. And here's the thing: Kylie's not just playing the role of the supportive girlfriend. Insiders suggest she's trying to mold herself into the woman Timothée wants, chasing spontaneity, ditching restraint, and walking into a lifestyle that's less about loyalty and more about indulgence. But for someone who built her empire on control, of her image, her brand, her world. That shift might come with consequences. And as Kylie leans into this new version of herself, fans are starting to wonder, is this transformation for love or survival? Next, is this relationship even real love or just obsession with a deadline? From the outside, their relationship looks electric. But behind the glossy photos and grainy paparazzi clips, something doesn't quite add up. Because when every report, every quote, and every source close to the couple focuses on sex, it raises a bigger question. Is there anything deeper here, or is this just less dressed up as love? Sources haven't mentioned commitment, compatibility, or long-term plans. What they have mentioned repeatedly is how Timothée makes Kylie forget every other man she's been with. That's not love. That's erasure. And while Kylie seems infatuated, fans are starting to question Timmy's intentions. Is he genuinely into her, or just enjoying the attention, the lifestyle, the power? He's been compared to Leonardo DiCaprio more than once, young, famous, admired, and never tied down for long. For someone like Kylie, who's used to being the one in control, this dynamic is unfamiliar and dangerous. The more she gives in to keep things exciting, the more it looks like she's just trying to keep him. And the more Timmy escalates, the more this starts to feel like a test she's never going to pass. Because when love starts to look like a performance, it's only a matter of time before the curtain falls. Coming up, how Kylie's past and public judgment are catching up with her in the middle of all this. When you're a Jenner or a Kardashian, your past never really stays in the past. And in Kylie's case, it's starting to resurface in a way that's impossible to ignore. The moment reports of her intense relationship with Timothée hit the internet, so did the fan backlash. Comments flooded social media. "She's not forgetting her past. She's trying to bury it," said one user, rattling off names like Drake, Tyga, Party Next Door, Travis Scott, and Jaden Smith. For years, Kylie's dating life has been tabloid gold, and now it's being held against her. Online voices claim she's chasing reinvention through Timothée, hoping his artsy, clean-cut image will overwrite her own narrative. But the public isn't buying it. Some are even accusing her of desperation, trying too hard to impress a man who, in their words, is using her for the moment. Others say she's been sucked into the same trap that's claimed so many in Hollywood, confusing validation with value. And then there's the comparison game. Fans have pointed out how quickly Kylie's identity seems to shift depending on the man she's with. Rap star's muse with Travis, now indie film queen chaser with Timmy. Is she evolving or erasing? The more she tries to fit the mold, the more people start to see through it. And in a world where the internet never forgets, Kylie's past might be the one thing Timmy can't ignore, even if she's trying to. Next, why this isn't just about Kylie and Timmy, it's a pattern across all of Hollywood. Kylie and Timothée might be the headline, but they're far from the only story. Because if you zoom out, a clear pattern starts to form. One that's been playing out in Hollywood for years. It's the open secret no one officially confirms, but everyone talks about: open relationships, blurred boundaries, and quiet arrangements. Fans have long speculated that celebrity couples aren't really couples at all, not in the traditional sense. It's not about romance, it's about image management, career alignment, and private agreements that keep the press talking and the contracts rolling. So when sources say Kylie's better off being there than letting Timmy off the leash, it doesn't sound like affection. It sounds like control, like territory, like a brand partnership with fringe benefits. And it's not just them. Justin and Hailey? The rumors haven't stopped in years. Meghan and MGK? Drama. Kanye and every post-Kim relationship? Publicity magnets. Even Beyoncé and Jay-Z, an empire built on mystique, marketing, and carefully timed revelations. Hollywood doesn't do love the way the rest of the world does. It does optics. It does leverage. So is Kylie caught in something deeper than just a relationship? Something transactional? Strategic? Because when loyalty becomes a performance and desire becomes a product, someone always ends up losing the script. Up next, the bizarre claim about Kylie's conservative, religious upbringing, and why fans are calling it total fiction. Somewhere in the swirl of sources and speculation, One claim stood out, and not for the right reasons. A report described Kylie as a relatively conservative young woman with a pretty religious upbringing. The internet's reaction? Immediate disbelief. "Are we talking about the same Kylie Jenner?" one commenter wrote. "She was, like, 10 when Kim's tape dropped. What part of that was religious?" It's not just a strange stretch, it's almost insulting to the audience's memory. Kylie grew up in a house where fame, scandal, and sex appeal weren't just present, they were monetized. Her childhood played out in front of cameras. Her family reshaped celebrity culture. The idea that she was shielded from it all? No one's buying it. The narrative feels like damage control, a last-ditch effort to reframe Kylie as someone grounded, while her relationship with Timmy gets increasingly chaotic. But fans aren't here for the rebrand. Because no matter how much lingerie she wears for the Knicks or how quiet she stays about Timmy's wild side, the public remembers where she came from. And trying to paint over it with conservative brushstrokes only makes the cracks show faster. The real question isn't whether Kylie had a religious upbringing, it's why anyone would bring that up now unless they're trying to hide what's coming next. Next, what fans are really saying, and the growing suspicion that Kylie's being played. The comments say more than the headlines ever could. And right now, the internet isn't on Kylie's side. "She'll wait forever for a man who doesn't want a family," one person wrote. "He's a Leo DiCaprio dupe, chasing status, not commitment." Another added, "He's using her and she's too blind to see it." It's harsh, but it reflects a growing sentiment that Kylie's more invested than Timothée ever was, and fans believe she's getting played. Some are even turning on her image entirely. One viral comment said, "They'll never be legit housewives. Just more barely their outfits and a new man every season." That kind of backlash isn't just gossip, it's erosion. The slow unraveling of public sympathy. Even the idea of marriage, something usually romanticized in celebrity culture, is being thrown out the window. Fans don't believe it's coming. Not with someone like Timmy, who's focused on prestige roles, artistic clout, and avoiding the domestic life altogether. To many, he's untouchable. To some, he's emotionally unavailable. And to others? He's just playing the long game, and Kylie is the placeholder. But what happens when the placeholder realizes she's not part of the plan? So, what do we really have here? A billionaire beauty mogul chasing something real. A rising Hollywood star who only plays by his own rules. And a relationship that's either red-hot or burning out. Because behind the headlines, lingerie, and fan speculation, one thing's becoming crystal clear. This isn't a fairy tale, it's a performance. And Kylie? She might be playing a role she never auditioned for. Is it love? Is it lust? Or is it just another Hollywood illusion designed to keep us watching? Either way, the cracks are showing. And if the rumors are even half true, what comes next could change everything for both of them. So stay tuned. Because in this town, the truth always finds its way out.